Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Noah Hanson and I want to thank you for watching this video of In a New Way. On this episode, I'm going to be talking about why it is that I chose to talk about God when I talk in my videos. When I talk about whatever subject it is, why I mention God in several of these videos. Not every one, but in several. And so anyways, I'll jump right into why it is I talk about God in my videos. The reason is because a personal relationship with God that I have gotten, that I've been gifted, that I've been blessed with in my life is something that I can't hide. And so the reason I talk about God is not only to give him glory, to help other people understand that, you know, God is an important factor in all of this, but it's also well, I'll tell you the reason why it's not. It's not to push my beliefs on you. It's not to cause anyone to think of a certain way, do a certain thing, you know, be a certain religion. And so it's not to impose anything upon you. But the reason that I talk about God is because God is so critically important in all of the truth of the world, all of the truth that I talk about. You know, not only in the world, but, you know, in everything, God's creation. And so to talk about God is to talk about truth. And so one important point I want to make in this video is that God is love. God is true love. He's not every love, because you can love very wrong things, you know, very sinful things. You can love things that aren't good for you or anyone else. So God isn't all love. God is agape love. God is true love. And when we connect with true love, we connect with God. But not only that, when we connect with true love, we connect with greater health. This is shown in epigenetics. When we connect with true love, we connect with greater mental, physical, and spiritual health. And our bodies naturally reflect the outcome of this love as a positive thing that's good for us. So God is good. God is good for us. He's the source of every good gift. And so to not give him credit would be a terrible thing for me to do. So this is a pretty amazing thing that is being shown, not only in science and medical fields, but, you know, in mental health and in the health of humanity as a whole. This is pretty amazing, because when we have people who are connected with love, connected with the truth, connected with self-empowerment, basically conviction to do the right thing, when we feel good about doing the right thing the first time, then we have greater health. We have less stress. We have more love, right? We have better relationships, better experiences, better thoughts. And I don't want to say that, you know, God, when we connect with God, everything's sunshine and rainbows, because it isn't. In fact, it gets very tough at times to do God's will, but it is so much more fulfilling to not have to do it alone. It is so much more fulfilling to know that what you're doing is going to have fruit that is good, that's going to help people. And to know that what you're doing is for a greater cause, a cause greater than yourself. God's purpose for our lives is so much more important and fulfilling than any purpose we could give ourselves. When I found God once again, when I was reunited with God after my spiritual things that I was doing that were not so great for me, when I was reunited with God after turning away from God, basically, is what I'm trying to say, what happened was my life was taken in a direction that I had no real control over anymore. That I was going in this direction, but I would have never taken it in this direction myself. God was in control, and I chose to give him the control, and therefore have more control over my own life, and therefore have more fulfillment in my own life, and therefore have more importance in what I was doing, which I never would have chose for myself. And that's what I mean by I had no control. You know, I still have free will. I still had the free will to choose to, yes, do God's will or to not do God's will. But ultimately, doing God's will is much more different, much more important, right? Much more important, fulfilling, and critical to our outcomes in life than what I would have chosen for myself. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please share this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hit that like button so that we can get more people resourced to this information, resourced to what we have at inanewway.com. And I will see you on that website. Thank you for tuning in.